Hey, you no go who you for road, we make boy no go toast you. Thunder go fire the guy.
Like they works.
All right, guys, please mute yourselves. Mute yourselves. I can hear some people talk. All right, good morning, everyone. Can we all hear me? If you can hear me, just
Good morning,
Yes,
sir.
we can hear you.
morning.
Good morning, sir. We
Yes,
can
sir.
hear you.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can hear you. We can hear you.
All right. So, this class it's meant to be a video meeting. Even though I know at some point we'll have to turn off our videos, but at least let me see your faces now. What do you guys think? I mean, some of them I know they wear shirts. Eh, I know it's still very early.
We know the question.
All right, you guys can see me now, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. That's why I left. Close the door. Yeah, Michael.
Yes.
We are up to 90. We are over 300 in that group, oh, so people should join. I beg. All right, if you join, mute yourself. If you join, just mute.
Yeah, we are doing.
If you join, mute so that whatever is happening in your background will not distract us. Okay, we are 96 in number, so I think this is fair. So we can start. All right, guys. Good morning, everyone. I want to welcome us to our first class of the FUTO CTVET IT training 2025. Basic web development. Like I earlier introduced myself. My name is Sylvester Edets, and I am going to be your facilitator for these 3 weeks. And the class is going to be 3 times a week. I believe you've already seen the timetable. It's going to be 3 times a week. That's Mondays, Tuesdays, and Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And it's going to be here on Teams. And then you guys have a large number, so I think we are considering splitting the class, but for today's class, everybody's going to be together, but we still haven't decided how we are going to do that yet. But just in case we finally decide, it will be communicated to you guys, so you know which batch you belong to. And it's going to be first batch in the morning. The second batch will be around 3 to 5. The first batch will be around 9 to 11. So, but that notwithstanding, today's class is going to be one for all. So, well, I welcome you guys once again, and I'm going to be talking about a few things before we move over, before we start the class proper. So first things first, I want everybody to always join the class on time, because so you have to be punctual. The time is limited, so I might not really have the time to repeat the class or dwell too much on one thing. So you just have to make sure that you join the class on time so you don't miss anything, because we don't have all the time. That's number one. And then number two, attendance is mandatory, because attendance has a score actually. If you go through the course outline I sent, I think at the last page, you will see the mark your attendance carries. Like, you will see the score for your attendance. So attendance is very, very important in this class, and I'll be taking it myself. So if you join the class, I'll take the attendance. So you can't take attendance for anybody. And then paying attention. I expect you guys to should I say coordinate yourself, or be yourselves, or behave yourselves, because like I said, we don't have much time, and if you get distracted, you might miss out on something. And because I will not be dwelling so much on one thing, you might miss that. So when you join the class, avoid anything that will distract you and just pay attention. Give us your time for the next 2 hours, and then we'll be done and you go ahead with your normal business. So after the class, after this training, you'll be issued a certificate, and our training or our organization is widely recognized. So you can use the certificate that will be issued to you anywhere. It will be accepted. So CTVET is a registered training institute, and its certificate is accepted anywhere in the world. So you see why you need to take this class seriously, because not everybody who joined this class will be issued a certificate at the end of the day. So if you don't do well, you'll definitely not get the certificates. We might sign your logbook. We might, yes, you attended it, but we need to be sure that you learned something for us to even issue that certificate to you. Okay. So, and then the next thing I want to talk about is I will share something for us in the Telegram group, the social media handles of CTVET on across all platforms. So I would like us to follow that social media handle, because some information will be passed in our social media platforms during the course of this training. And then if you are not following us on social media, you might actually miss out on the things that will be passed on the social media. So after the class, I will share the handles, and then I'll also give us a template of should I say something for us to post on our social media handles, then tagging the company social media handle, telling the world that you have enrolled into the program and stuff like that. I'll give us a sample, so don't worry about what you're going to be writing, but I'll give you something to write. And then during the course of this class, if you have any question, instead of unmuting yourself, just type the question in the comment section, and then I'll answer the question. Like I said, if you pay attention, I am going to make sure that I break everything down into the best possible way for everybody to understand. If you pay attention, you will definitely understand, and you will not have needs to ask any too much question. But just in case you have any question, just type your question in the comment section, and I will answer the question as we progress. You know that you guys are up to 300, so just send your question there, and I'll be answering the questions as we progress. I hope we have an understanding. Do we have an understanding? So just type yes in the comment section, in the chat section, if you can, so that we can proceed. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Okay, so I'm going to be sharing my screen. I prepared a little slide for the course of this introduction, for the course of this program. So I'm going to be sharing my screen while we communicate. Okay, guys, can we all see my screen? Just unmute and say yes or no. If you can see my
Yes,
screen,
yes.
say yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we can see it.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
All right, so let's proceed. Now the topic is introduction to web development. Yeah, I know that most of you will be thinking about coding. Some people will be thinking about a lot, but I'm going to simplify everything for you. First thing first, nobody's coding here. Nobody's going to code in this class, so it doesn't scare you away. And it would have been nice if we all had laptops, but I also understand that majority of us don't have laptops, so we just have to make do with what we have. So just pay attention and listen, and then maybe after this training, and then you are still interested in going ahead with the program or knowing more, because the purpose of this class is just for the introductory aspect of it, and it's just for the basic. So, but if after the class and you still want to know more, I'm always available. We can make arrangements for that. Okay, so let's proceed. Now, talking about the web, definitely we are talking about web development, and we can't start anything web development without knowing what the web is. So now, what is the web? The World Wide Web, WWW, is a system of interlinked documents and resources accessible via the internet. So this is actually very simple. The web is simply a cloud space where documents and other resources like videos, pictures are accessible or are stored for people to access. And that's a simple definition of what a web is. And you need, because these documents and other resources are not saved in your location, they are scattered all over the world, you will need an internet to access all these things. So that's why without an internet, you can't access anything in the web. So the internet serves as your gateway into the web space for you to access any document you want. So it allows users to share, access, and interact. Yes, in the interaction aspect of it, we interact on social media. You send an email, somebody replies. You send a chat, somebody replies. Now, you will notice that all these things are done with just one medium, which is your internet connection. Without your internet connection, you can't do all these things. Now, every website you visit is hosted somewhere on the web. Every website you visit is hosted somewhere on the web. So what that means is, for you or for people to even access your website, you need to have a particular portion of the web storage to yourself. Without a web storage, you can't even host a website. Talk more of people accessing your website. I hope we are following, guys.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now let's go over to what a website is. A website is a collection of web pages under a single domain name. We'll get to what a domain name is very soon. A website is a collection of web pages under a single domain name. So now you can have multiple pages in one website. That is the meaning. You can have multiple pages or more than one pages in one website. But these entire pages can be accessed through a single domain name, which I'll explain more when we get to the domain name aspect. So we have types of websites. We have static sites and we have dynamic sites. Now, as you can see from the presentation, a static site is a basic pages that don't change often. Example, portfolio pages. A static site.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So I'm not seeing your screen. No.
Is there any other person having that issue?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody.
Okay, let me stop sharing.
Yeah, I'm only seeing the introduction. I did for you.
I swear. People know.
I'm listening. Michael, mute your mic.
Listen.
Ebuson and Michael, serious student.
You the right websites.
Mike, so you serious like this guy?
They can play. I don't the right website now. A collection of web page. On that
You can play first. The rest na 6 minutes course.
I beg. Who get the types of websites?
the
Even
only
talk
thing
about
what
Michael, don't go
dynamic and static.
the
okay,
entire
that
well.
Dynamic.
The entire well. Me here no
No,
drop
I
am.
cannot see your
Michael, waiting talk for that types of web.
types
Na only
of
make
web
a this one.
Website, type of website.
sites and
They want kill Michael.
TC, one house. Una quiet main talk now. Una no notebook. Una no go shut up.
Can't be gang.
Don't be talk.
Gang marine. Boy, which one be gang marine?
But Michael, I beg you go send those things for my WhatsApp.
Everybody come, Michael. You know.
Michael, send us a. He's already pooping for mouth.
It's all on the This you go Chibu just dey confused. See, I think just dey look now. After we go now, I be you go Chibu bless.
We are on a host today. This one on the talk like this. We are on a host.
Our host say we go teach ourselves. Saying don't tire.
Now don't go carry woman.
Alpha don't know.
That's what you
Alpha don't know. Alpha might do like this.
Just one.
Don't ever calculate you see this too. It be like saying that TC
He's back.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, sorry. I don't know what happened, but let me go back and please mute yourselves. Let's continue. Before we know now, the time will be up.
Plan a Monday when is this and
Guys, mute yourself.
Jesus, Papa.
All right, guys, let's continue, please. So, as I said earlier, we have types of websites. We have the static websites. We also have the dynamic websites. Now, the static websites, just like the name implies, there are websites that don't change often. A good example of a static website is a portfolio website, maybe a website where, like your online CV or your online profile, where instead of handing your CV, when somebody asks to see your profile or to see the jobs you've done or to get your profile, you just share your online profile for the person or your online portfolio. Now, you know that once you prepare your CV, it takes time before you change your CV. Same thing applicable to a portfolio website. If you set it up, you can only come back to make changes probably when you've gotten another certificate, or maybe you've changed your phone number or you've changed your email or something. But the endpoint there is a static website doesn't change often. It's always static. People go there, get information about you, and then they walk away. So, but the dynamic website is quite different. You want to switch? Is it going to affect the internet? Do that. The AC. But the dynamic website is quite different. The dynamic website is an interactive website. Updates come in there often. A good example of a dynamic website is a news website or an e-commerce website, just like Jumia. A news website, just like we have the Daily Sun, the Punch. So, but the bottom line is a dynamic website changes, like the content of the website changes, let's say every second or every minute. You can come into a dynamic website now, and when you come in after 2 minutes, you discover that the content has changed. So that is, please, if you stop seeing my screen, let me know. That is, are you guys still seeing my screen?
Yes, sir, we can see it.
So that is
Yes,
what
I
a
can see the
dynamic
screen.
that is what a dynamic website is. It is always interactive. Now, another aspect of a dynamic website is if you go to a website and you are asked to interact with the website, for example, you are asked to fill a form. That is also an interactive website. That is also a dynamic website because you are interacting with the website. You understand? So these are the basic differences between a static website and a dynamic website. Please don't forget, a static website doesn't change often, but a dynamic website changes almost all the time. Okay, so let's move. Now, in order for you to successfully host a website, you need two basic things. Apart from the skill or apart from the knowledge on how to design or how to develop a website, the basic thing you need to host your website is the first thing there is a domain. Now, your domain is your website address. Now, you can see my screen. An example of a domain is www.futo.edu.ng. Can we all see that? So that is an example of a domain. Now, just like you have your own physical address, where if you want somebody to pay you a visit, you give the person your physical address and the person traces you to your house through that physical address. Same thing applicable to your website. Your domain is your web address. So without your domain, people cannot access your website. Without your domain, people cannot access your website. So your domain is one of the primary things you need to secure or you need to procure when you want to design your website. Now, the second primary thing you need when you want to design your website is your host. Some people call it hosting and some people call it server. So we are the same thing. So you don't get confused when you hear somebody talking about server and the other person talking about hosting. They are the same thing. So your host is the online space where your website files live. Your host is where your website files will be stored. So in order for your website to be accessible, your website files needs to be stored somewhere and your website domain, your website address needs to be connected to that host. So you cannot have your website file stored in a host and then you don't have a domain. You can't also have a domain and then you don't have a server. So these two things work together in order for your website to go live, for people to be able to access it. You need your domain and you also need your server. You need both of them. Both of them, they work together. You can't have one and you don't have one. It's not going to work. So Think of a domain as your home address and your hosting as your house. That is a simple illustration. Think of a domain as your home address and hosting as your house. Please, do we have any question? Sorry?
No, sir. You said which one is connected to which one? You said which one is connected to which one?
Okay. Now listen, let me go back to that. I said, in order for you to successfully host a website for people to access from anywhere in the world, you need two things. The first thing you need is your domain. The second thing you need is your hosting. Like I said, sometimes you hear people say hosting and you also hear people say server. They are the same thing. So don't get confused. So you need your domain and your hosting or your server, hosting or server. Now, your domain is your website address. Just like you have a physical address to your house, your domain is the address to your website. Without your domain, people cannot access your website. Of course, without your address, people cannot know where you live. So without your domain, people cannot access your website. It is your domain that will lead people to your website. Now, the server is your web storage or your cloud storage. Do you understand? The server is your cloud storage. Now, why do you need a cloud storage? Because you want people to access your website online, you need an online storage to store your website files. You need an online storage to store your website files. Do you understand me? Please, are we following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you need an online storage to store your website files. And that is why we need a server. I also said that without the server, your website cannot be accessible. Without the domain, your website can also not be accessible. So you cannot have one. Please, I stop sharing my screen so I can explain this, okay? So after this, I'll continue sharing it. So you guys should just calm down and listen. These are the things that distract you. Without your domain, your website cannot be accessible. Without your server, your website cannot be accessible too. So you need both of them. Both of them, they need each other. Both of them, they need each other. So one cannot function without one. Okay? So please, if you understand, just type, I understand. Let's continue. Okay. All right, so let's proceed. Why is my voice echoing now? What's happening? Okay, can we all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
No, I cannot see your screen.
You can see it.
Why somebody is not muting? Just when you talk, just mute yourself. Everybody, okay, everybody just mute first, please. Okay. I believe we can all see my screen now. Let's continue, please. Okay, so that is that for a domain, for the domain and hosting. Now, let's look at this brief analysis: static versus dynamic website. Static website, fixed content, manual updates. Example, portfolio website, built with HTML, CSS. Dynamic websites, content updates automatically. Yeah.
I can't see your screen, sir.
What's going on now? All right, see, what will happen is I will share this slide after the class.
Okay, sir.
I will share this class. I will share this slide after the class. Okay. All right.
See, bro, you guys refresh your internet. Refresh your internet, you will see the screen.
Okay, so dynamic website, content updates automatically. Example, blogs or e-commerce built with CMS, databases, and PHP. So these are like the basic differences between a dynamic website and a static website. So let's proceed now. So now, for the purpose of this class, we are going to be practicing with a content management system, also known as CMS. Now, over the years, we have had the opportunity to have this experience of building websites without having to write any line of code. Now, before you build a website, you need to understand the basic of software development, write those codes, write your HTML code, write CSS, and probably implement a professional programming language like the likes of PHP and all those things, JavaScripts and stuff like that. But over the years, we've had the privilege to build websites with content management system, working websites. Like when I say working websites, not nonsense websites. So working websites with content management systems like the likes of WordPress, the likes of Joomla, the likes of Drupal. So, but for the purpose of this class, we are going to be using WordPress to build our website or to design our websites. Now, why WordPress? WordPress powers over 40% of the websites globally. It's easy to use and beginner friendly. It's flexible for blogs, business sites, and e-commerce. It has a huge community and plugin ecosystem. So now WordPress makes things easy for everyone. So whether you're a beginner, whether you're a professional, WordPress is very easy to understand, and it's also very flexible. So there's practically nothing you cannot achieve, or there is no type of website that you cannot design using WordPress CMS. So this is why we are going to be using WordPress for the purpose of this class. So before you start using WordPress to design your website, you have to go through a couple of process. You have to go through the installation. After securing your server, please, that person should mute himself, please. After securing your server and your domain, you will now install your WordPress in your server. After installing your WordPress, you can now start editing your website. So WordPress serves like your admin dashboard or your admin panel where you design your website. So everything you're going to be doing on your website, you are going to be doing it through the WordPress dashboard. Okay. So WordPress is the content management system that we are going to be using to design our websites for this class. All right. So now that we understand what WordPress is, we also need to understand that WordPress doesn't work alone. WordPress is powered by themes. It is also powered by templates, and it is also powered by plugins. Let me repeat it again. WordPress, your WordPress content management system or your WordPress CMS is powered by themes. It is also powered by templates. It is also powered by plugins. Now, these three add-ons, they have their own specific functionalities. They have different functionalities. So for you to build a professional and a ready-to-use website, you need these three things. Now, there are millions of themes out there in the world. There are millions of templates out there in the world. There are millions of plugins out there in the world. So you need to identify the theme you need or the theme you want to use based on based on the kind of website you want to design. Every theme has the kind of website it powers, and that is why there are varieties of themes for different websites. The theme you are going to be using for an e-commerce a portfolio website, it will certainly not work for an e-commerce website. So various themes, the theme you are using for an e-commerce website will certainly not work for a news website. So every theme works for a particular purpose. You just need to identify which theme works for which website, sorry, based on the kind of website you want to design. Now, a theme controls how your website looks. Remember, I said the theme you use for e-commerce will not work for news website because the theme controls how your website looks. Now, moving over to templates. A template defines the layout for specific pages. Let's say, example, your homepage, your blog page, your about us page, etc. So after installing your WordPress, the first thing you need to install is your theme. That theme will determine what your website will look like. It is your theme that will also determine what template you will install. Do you understand? So please mute yourself. Mute yourself.
I don't hear you.
Who is not hearing me? I beg. Is anybody not hearing me? If you cannot hear me, can you type on the comment section, please? If you cannot hear me, type on this comment section. If you cannot. So who is not hearing me now? Is my voice better now? Is my voice better now?
Yeah, your voice is okay, sir.
Okay.
It's okay, sir.
All right, let's go. All right. Let me go back to sharing my screen. Okay. So, like I said, the template, the themes control how your website looks. So it is very important that you know the kind of theme you want to use for the kind of website you want to build, because you cannot have the intention to build an e-commerce website and you are now using the theme that will make your website look like a news website. So you have to be very specific and you have to be very sure about the theme you want to use. So moving over to the templates now. After installing your templates, remember first you install your WordPress CMS on your server. Inside that your WordPress CMS now, that is where you install your theme. The theme is the first thing you install after your WordPress installation or after you log into your dashboard, your WordPress dashboard. You install your theme because it is what will determine how your website looks. So after installing your theme, the next thing is your templates. Now the template determines the layout of individual pages. Please don't mix this up. Your team controls the entire look of your website, but the template controls the layout of the individual pages. This is very important for you to understand. Your template controls the layout of individual pages. So even if you want to have 1 million pages on that website, the template will determine how each of those pages look. But your team handles the look of the entire website. So these are very important add-ons. These are very important add-ons. Your team, your template, they have specific duties, specific tasks, which you need to understand how they work. Now, after you install your templates, now the next thing you need to install, which in the case of the plugin, the case is a little bit different because you only need a plugin when you want to do something. You only need a plugin when you want to do something, when you want to do a particular thing. But for the theme, it is a must that you must install a theme. It is also a must that you must install a template. But sometimes people don't like working with templates. They want to design their websites from scratch. If you have grown to that level and you say, okay, I don't want to use any templates. Let me just design my thing the way I want it from scratch. Fine, no problem. But the reason why we advise people to use templates is because it makes work easier and faster. So you just adopt any template that is similar to what you want to do, and then you start modifying it to suit into what you want or what your client wants. So template has a way, using a template to design your website has a way of making your work faster. If you were going to use 1 month to design your website from scratch, you can use 1 week to design your website using a template. That is what using a template does to.
Sir, you're muted.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, sorry, I didn't know when I mute myself. So in the case of the plugin, like I said, your plugin is used to perform a particular function. Let's assume you have an e-commerce website and you want people to make payments online. There is a plugin that does that. Let's let me disconnect my mouth. Okay, let's assume you want people to register on.
So you're still muted.
I don't know what is. All right, let's stay here first. Okay, so
We can hear you now.
All right. So let's assume you want people to register on your website. Is it that when I try to share my screen and the system will just mute myself? All right, let's see. You can hear me, right?
Yes, we
Yes,
can
sir.
hear you.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All right.
Yes.
So
It went mute again.
all right, let's continue here for now. Let's see how it goes. There's muting and unmuting me. Okay, I was talking about the plugin. So let's assume that you want people to register on your website and then you want their information to be sent to your email. There is a plugin that does that. So every task you want to perform on your website has its own plugin. If you want to be backing up your website daily or weekly, there is a plugin that does that. So you can see that you can have like 10, 20 plugins installed in one website simply because there are specific forms.
So it's been muted again. No, wow.
I don't unmute him.
Somebody is muting you, sir.
Who is that person now?
I can't
Okay.
hear anything.
Don't worry, I didn't say anything. So let's continue. So like I said, every plugin has its own responsibility. So as we progress in the class, you are going to see how to install and use different types of plugins depending on what you want to do. So in a website, you only have one theme, you only have one template, but you can have multiple plugins installed in it. You only have one team. You can only use one team at a time for a particular website. You can only use one template for a particular website, but you can have different plugins installed in one website because they serve specific purposes. They serve specific purposes. Okay, so let's go back.
Papa. Thank you.
So I'm having a class, sir, please. All right, guys. So I hope we all have that understanding of what. Okay, sorry. I hope we all have that understanding of what. Don't just calm down. Everybody will talk. Just calm down. Everybody will talk. Okay. Let me just wrap up the presentation and then we'll go over to talking now. So, please, somebody, that person should mute himself, please. Like I said, your team controls how your website looks. Your template defines the layout of specific pages. And then your plugin adds extra functionalities like contact form, SEO, security, and etc. So what this means is one team for one website, one template for one website, but multiple plugins for one website. Okay. So that's basically that. And then this is what I'm going to give to you guys. Hands-on class activities. So after this class, you are just going to visit wordpress.com, explore available themes, see how they are, and identify one plugin and describe what it does. So time for question and answer, please. Time for question and answer. So if hold on. If you have any question, just type it in the comment section. I will be answering them one after the other. Okay? Okay? Just type it in the comment section. Just type it. If you have any question, as you type, I'll be answering. We still have time. So as you type, I'll be answering. Any question? Who is typing? Who is saying he doesn't understand? What don't you understand?
So let them raise up their hands so that you answer one after the other. Like this, you'll not even answer anything today.
Oh yeah, no. It's just that I can't see everybody at once, so that is why.
Let them identify with the this thing, hand emoji.
Okay, let's okay, Let's go.
Once you call
Let's
the
start
person's
with
name, the best to ask the question.
number one. Martin Success, you are number one. Let's hear from you. Unmute yourself and ask. Martin Success. All right, Martin Success is not here. Casey, who is Casey David? Casey David. Casey David.
I'm here, sir. I'm here, sir.
Talk. Let's hear you.
I actually don't have a question, sir. I just want to tell you that I'm making notes. If you can keep sharing your screen, I'm writing some things down. So that's it.
Okay, so I'm going to share the presentation in the Telegram group. You're in the Telegram group, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so you can have you can have everything there. So who else? Let's go to Opala Emeka. Sorry, I'm not Igbo, so if I pronounce your name, just manager. Emeka. Emeka, are you here?
Present, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, talk now.
Sir, I don't understand CMS. Content management.
Okay, now, like I said, now the content management system is what you are going to be using to edit your website. So everything you are going to be doing on your website you are going to be using that content management system or that CMS, which is WordPress to it. So that is why when you secure your server and domain, and then you connect everything together, the first thing you do is you install your content management system on your server. Do you understand? That is the first thing you do. You install your content management system on your server. That's the first thing you do. So it is through there now that you can now start installing your theme and then installing your templates. But first, your CMS needs to be set up. Very, very important. Did I answer your question? Emeka, did I answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the next person here is Prince Inyama. Is that your name?
Yes, sir.
Let's hear from you.
What if you have like you've really built the website?
I can barely hear you. I
said, what if you already built the website? Can you still add the plug without the template and the theme?
I need to hear you. What? Can you come again?
Said, what if you already built a website? Can you still add the plug without the theme and the template?
Can you add a theme if you already built a website?
Yes.
Now, if you build your website with WordPress, content management system, you can always install any plugin you want. But if your website,
I say from the scratch, like from with HTML, CSS, can you still use the plug as JavaScript?
No, if you're building your website with HTML and CSS, then you don't need a plugin. Do you understand?
I'll come again.
You don't need, if you are building your website with HTML and CSS, then you are ruling out the idea of using a content management system. You are ruling out the idea of using a template. You are ruling out the idea of using a theme. Automatically, you don't have needs for a plugin in that kind of website. So
So
you
it's a
can
must that
only
you use WordPress, the theme, the template before you use the plug.
exactly, yes. If you want to use plugins to power your website, then it has to be a content management system. You can choose to use any other one outside WordPress, but I am using WordPress for this class. There are other CMS platforms that you can choose to use, but I use WordPress and that's why I'm using it here. Do you understand? But for you to
Yes,
use a
sir.
plugin, you need a CMS. For you to use a plugin, you need a CMS.
So
Did I answer your
so I'll take it like this. The theme is HTML, the template is CSS, and the plug is JavaScript.
exactly? That's if you understand it that way, then better for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Precious Kelechi. Please, Prince, bring your hand down. Precious Kelechi, let's hear from you.
Okay, my question goes this way, sir.
Okay.
Once a web is being developed, like once you're done developing a web, and you
Okay.
find like other features, like you want to add other things, is it possible for you to add it?
Okay. Now let me understand you. If you develop your website and then you want to add other features after developing the website,
Yes, sir.
of course, it's possible. You can always go back and edit your website, modify it now, update it, make changes, upgrade. So it's very possible.
Okay, sir.
All right. So next person, Oge. Oge Divine.
Yes, sir. Are you hearing me, sir?
Sure. Go ahead.
The During training, is it essential that we'll be needing a laptop, or can we also make use of our phone?
Well, for you to have the best experience of designing a website, you need a laptop. That's just the truth. You need a laptop because it's I don't it's not possible for you to even get a good view from your phone when you're designing a website. So you need a laptop to actually achieve that, yes. It's one of the primary things. Okay, so
And
it's Pyro. I don't yeah, go ahead. Huh?
The other applications that you mentioned,
Yep.
locking and plugin. I want to
Okay.
know, are they also an application software, or they are just like basic features in the web developer? Yes.
Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you, sir. I'm hearing you, sir.
I didn't hear the last part. Please go. Can you come again?
Okay, I said the part where you mentioned the part where you mentioned team plugin, and that last one is it locking. I want to know if there are also applications that we should whether there are also applications like apps that we need to download for this web design.
No, now those things are not standalone apps. Okay. Now this is how it works. When you set up your WordPress dashboard, it is from that dashboard that you will be able to install these things. Outside that dashboard, you cannot install it.
Okay.
Do you understand? So outside that dashboard, you cannot install it. Okay. So Emmy, please Oge Divine, please bring your hand down.
So
Emmy Spyro, I don't know. Is this your name?
yes, sir. The thing I wanted to ask, you
Huh?
said after the. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
They go still call
Yeah, you said after the class that we should go and check something. Is it a
Okay,
CMS
after the
Avila, the WordPress? That we should check for the domains. So how do we identify the domains if we read there? Is there any way to
So
identify it? Because I don't know.
no, I didn't say you should check for. Is
You say
it
you should
that?
run a survey.
Sorry.
You say you should run a survey on the website Sabine or something like that.
Yes, when I share the presentation, you are going to see it. You will go to wordpress.com on their website, like their official website. Then
Okay.
explore the themes there, and then see how they look, and then try to identify plugins too and what they do. That's what I said you should do.
Okay. Then and so please, this one is not related. Do you have any physical class like venue? And
Yes,
please.
we do have physical training,
Okay.
which you can always jump on after this one.
Is it in this photo too?
No. Her office is at Wedra by fire service.
Okay. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all.
Okay, so the next person is Chief Ulum what? I don't know. Ogamba. Sorry,
Okay,
sorry.
you have murdered my name.
Sorry. Sorry. So go ahead.
The question I have is, if how do we get a domain name and a server? Because you said we have to first of all get domain name and server before we install WordPress.
Yeah. Come, who is that person? Mute yourself now. Oh, is it from your background?
No, it's not from my background.
Okay, please unmute yourself and ask your question again.
Okay, sir. My question is, you said that the first step is to get a domain name and a server before we install WordPress. So how do we get the domain name and server?
Okay, now there are various hosting service providers. Okay, so you can always sign up on one, buy your domain, and also buy your server. Now it's also possible to buy your domain with one hosting provider and then buy your server with another hosting provider. But in order for both your domain and server to communicate, there are some DNS settings you will need to implement. So for you not to go through that stress, it is always advisable that you get your domain and server from the same company. Now there are the likes of Hostinger, we have the likes of Namecheap, we have the likes of GoDaddy, we have the likes of Bluehost, we have the likes of Go54. There are so many hosting providers out there that you can always sign up on their platform, create an account, and then pay for a domain and server before building your website. Okay, so but personally, I use for if I want to use a Nigerian host, I use Go54. But if I want to use a foreign host, I either use Namecheap or Hostinger. So these are the three hosting providers that I use. So maybe in one of our class, I'll show us how to sign up, but it's a very simple process. Just like you are signing up on Facebook, creating an account on Facebook. It's the same way you create an account on these platforms. And then once you create an account on the platforms, you will see where you can pay for your server. You will see where you can pay for your domain. And then it's usually paid on annual basis. So if you are paying for your server now, it's going to expire by this time next year. If you are paying for your domain now is going to expire by this time next year. So you need to be renewing it every year. You have to be renewing it every year. So I'll conduct a special class for that before the end of this training, so that you guys can see how to procure your domain and server. Is that okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So the next person is what's your name? Roderick. Who is Roderick? Is it
Sir,
Roderick? Yeah.
I'm here, sir. I
All
have
right.
I have
Just
about two questions.
let's hurry up so that others can
My first
ask.
question is there any like significant difference between a website built with coding and another a website not built with coding, like non-coded? I don't know how to put it. Like that's this CMS now you're talking about.
Okay. Now, one of the major difference between a website built with coding is that you have complete control of the website, in the sense that your design, you actually give it the design you want. Okay. You map out whatever you have 100% control over a website that you code. But that of WordPress, your design is determined by the theme and the templates. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Your design, if you're using WordPress, your design is determined by the theme and the templates. But if you're hand coding your website, you are the one to determine the design. That's just the
Okay.
basic difference.
So basically the better one is coding. The better way is
If,
coding.
if you think it's better, then that's okay.
All right, sir. Okay, thanks, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Please put your hand down. After your question, just put your hand down. The next person is Mayfula Desmond. Desmond, are you here? Okay. Benedict
Yes, sir.
Chinonso.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, Desmond.
Sorry,
Fast,
I
fast,
was
fast,
trying to
fast,
get
fast. Go ahead, fast.
it. That you talk about that hosting, you talk about that domain name and the hosting something, just like Chief from Naya said. I'm looking at that WordPress.
Your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking now.
WordPress.com, but I can't really read it. Okay,
Huh?
I'm looking at that.
You're looking at what?
Are you hearing me now?
Your voice is breaking.
Are you hearing me now?
Your voice is breaking. It's still breaking.
Oh God. Jesus Christ. Okay, sir. Can you hear me now?
Okay, it's better now.
Okay, sir. I'm looking at that WordPress.com.
Okay.
So I'm seeing they say you can purchase.
They say you can do what?
That part of the exercise. You can
You
purchase
can do what?
domain name, maybe something like that. Purchase domain name. Purchase domain name.
Okay, now any domain name you purchase with WordPress
Hello?
isn't a custom. Can you hear me? Just listen, just mute and listen. Okay. Any domain name you purchase with them is not a customized domain name. So at the end of the day, if you are building a website on their platform, you are still going to see .wordpress. I don't know if you understand me. So the domain name is definitely going to come with their extension. So it is always advised that you buy your domain name outside WordPress. Do you understand me?
Okay, so
Do
you're
you
saying
understand?
it's just like what is it called? Yes, it's just like, let's say, a canvas or this thing. What is this app for editing? When you after
What?
editing, they have their watermark on the editing. It's just
Yes,
like this
exactly,
app for
exactly,
editing.
exactly. Yes, you always have their watermark on their domain. You understand?
But we can use it just for the trial or the
Yeah,
sake of the
of
class,
course, of
just to
course,
find
of
out what we're
course.
supposed
Yes, you can use it to try. You can use it to try, practice, and then when you are ready, you can now get an outright domain name from a hosting company.
Okay, so and you're saying that it's better we use the web version than for this thing, because I'm seeing that you can also get an app for this thing for your phone, and you can also just click WordPress.com and start doing all this stuff.
You can get an app on your phone, but the best option, because the phone view will not give you the entire view of your screen, and as a result of that, your layout might not come out well. Okay, so it's always advisable to use your
browser.
system. Yes.
Okay, browser.
Yeah.
Any more questions will be in the group.
All right. All right, you're welcome. So Festus, she hosting. Are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, let's hear from you.
Okay, so my question is between a site built with CMS and a site that is hand coded, which one is more easily manipulated after it has been built?
Well, a site built with CMS, if the person, okay, when you say manipulate, what do you mean? Like to make changes? Let me understand first.
Yes, to make changes, like major changes.
Okay, you can make changes in both of them. Do you understand? You can make changes in both of them, but it's just that your building a website with code gives you complete customization. Like you own the website, okay? But when you build with WordPress, there are some certain things that are not determined by you, okay? Do you understand?
Yes, I'm following.
There are some certain things that are not determined by you, especially the design of the website.
Okay.
You understand? But if you are coding it, you will be the one to determine how it looks, or how, yes, everything how you want it to be.
Okay.
Okay, is that all? Any next person? Hold on, guys. Edwin, you've already spoken now. Edwin Benedictine, so you've already spoken, right?
No, I've not spoken, sir. But
Okay,
you've answered my question already. My question was supposed to be on content management system, but you've answered someone.
Okay, so bring your hand down. Marshall, Michael. Marshall, unmute and.
I'm here, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes. Please,
All right, sir. My
question.
question.
Go cry.
Marshall, unmute again, please.
All right, sir. Can you hear me now?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. My question is concerning domain extension. That is like the .com, .net, and .org.
Yeah.
Which one is more preferred, and what are the differences between them?
Okay, they are all good websites. They are all good domain extensions. It depends on what you want to do. If you want to set up a website for a company, then automatically you should go for a .com domain extension. If your website is for an organization like a non-profit, an NGO, then by automatically it should be a .org. Do you understand? And then if it's an institution like a school, like your school now, your website is .ng now, edu.ng, right?
Yes, sir. That is it.
So your school website is .edu. So it tells everyone that that's an educational institution. Okay. So and then we also have the likes of .ng domains. These are um extensions that tells people that it's a Nigerian company or Nigerian firm or a Nigerian institution. Do you understand? So these different extensions send different messages to people. All right. So you can't have a school and you can't have an accredited institution like your school and then you are using a .com or .ng. It's not professional. All
Okay,
right.
sir.
Yeah.
All right, sir.
Okay.
All right.
So you're welcome. So Daniel Duruji, let's hurry up, please. Daniel.
Okay, sir. I think you have answered my question. I wanted to ask, what's the WordPress hostinger? I think you have answered that already.
Okay. Thank you. Praise. Praise. Praise, are you here?
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Yes.
Let's hear from you.
Okay. So I just checked for like WordPress on the browser, and I'm seeing WordPress.com and WordPress.org. What is the difference between them?
They're the same. I think one should be active and one shouldn't. So, but I don't own WordPress, so I think it is the .com that will give you the information that you want. Okay, so just check both links
Okay,
and
sir.
then yes, check both links. I don't own the WordPress company, so right now I don't know why they're having two links online, but one of them should certainly be the one that will give you the information.
Okay, sir.
All right. So next person is Joshua. Nwabo Joshua. Joshua. Okay. Clement Luchi. Clement.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yeah, let's hear from you.
So you said that CMS is for like WordPress and other ones too, like CAD or something like that. So I
Yeah.
want to know if you wanted to do hand coding or something, where can you go for it or something?
If you want to do hand coding or if you want to learn,
Yes, like not learning. If you want to, instead of using CMS to build your website, you want to use coding. Where do you go?
if you want to build your website with coding, you are using a different platform entirely. It has nothing to do with CMS. It has nothing to do with WordPress or the purpose of this class. But you are going to use something very different from you need what do you call it? A code editor, which I don't want to go into that detail because it's not the focus of this class. But if you are building your website without WordPress or using code, then you need a code editor installed in your system. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Kenneth, most of these people raising their hands. You guys have spoken before now. Huh? Kenneth, are you here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here, sir. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Sir, it was about someone asked a question about like .com, .org, and the rest of them, but you answered it. Sir, there's a website that currently changed from, like a website I know of that changed from .com to .inc. Like, I want to know, like, what is, like, explain more about .inc.
.inc is from the ink now, like INC now, like international now. These are
No,
all
ink,
see
ink, INK.
See, let me just tell you, these are all domain extensions. It has nothing to do with the content of the website. You can decide to go and buy .me online.
Yes.
Do you understand? So it has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with the content of the website. It is at the discretion of whoever is buying the domain that the person will do what he wants to. The kind of domain you use is at your own this thing. You have the liberty to use any kind of domain you want to use, but it doesn't add or take anything from the website. It is just an address.
Okay, sir. Yes.
Do you understand? It is just an address. Yeah.
Yes.
So Vicky Pio. Vicky Pio.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, please, how can you install a theme while building a website?
I'll show us how to do that. We've not gotten to that yet.
Okay.
All right. Yes.
All right.
Okay. Marshall Michael.
All right, sir. So I've asked the question before, but I need to ask another thing.
All right, ask again.
All right, sir.
Have I
Please, concerning our domain, our website, how do we ensure tight security so we can
Yes, now
prevent hacking?
yeah. Your first level of security happens from your server when you secure your hosting or when you secure your server. Your first level of security happens from there, because when you are buying your server, it comes with a security feature which is managed by your hosting providers or which is managed by your hosting company. Okay. So after that, you can also implement other layers of security on your website using some security plugins. If you are not satisfied with the strength of the security of your hosting company, you can also implement other security layers on your website using security plugins, which we will get to see as we progress. Is that okay?
Sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So John, what's your name? CSC John.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, can you hear me?
Sure.
I went to the WordPress.com. Then it's showing me before I can use the themes and the plugins and the templates, I should input a domain. Now, how do I the domain now? Where do I get the domain from? Because using their own domain, they said it's already registered in the WordPress. So I need to use my own domain to
using their own domain. What did they say?
Using their own domain, it said it's already registered in the WordPress that I should use my own personal domain.
I don't normally you are supposed to use a test domain. Like they will give you a domain and then it will have .wordpress.com. Do you understand? Like a free domain for you to test. So maybe the name you use has already been used by someone else. Maybe you should try another name.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay, Precious Kelechi, you already spoke now, right? Abi,
Yes, I've already spoken.
put
I
your
want to
hand
ask
down.
another question.
Wow.
I want to ask another question.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
It's not concerning on this thing. It's just about you made mention from the beginning about the attendance. So I want to know more on that.
I've taken my attendance already now.
Okay.
So put your hand down. This guy,
So we don't have our main name.
Eh?
Our main name is not there because
Your what?
Main name. You said it took attendance.
Whose name is not in the attendance?
I feel like some of us are not even our
Sam.
main name. Is it necessary?
And that one concerns you, Nana.
Sam, my name is not in attendance. So.
So how will you know my
Okay.
real name since I'm answering Angwe Marine here?
Nah,
That
Let's
one
just
you are,
so let's just write our names. Let's write our
you are
names in the
supposed
comments.
you are supposed
I
you are
said, what
supposed to
about the
sign in.
logbook? How do you do the logbook?
You are supposed to sign in with
Sam,
your
please let's
name,
write
or
our name.
you are supposed to sign in with the email that comes with your name. Okay, what you do is write your display name and then iPhone your real name on the comment section. Okay. If you
Okay.
know that your real name is not what is showing, then write your display name like what is showing, and then iPhone your real name, what should be showing, so that I will know how to merge them. So just do that now. Just do that now. So
Sir, no, sir.
this.
What of those that are
Sorry.
using their
What about what about
Sorry.
mine that is showing like my department name and everything?
It doesn't matter now.
What about those using their real name?
If you are not using your real name, listen up. Write the name that you are using now, then dash your real name. Do you understand? Write it on the comment section. Do you understand me?
Sir, what if we're using our real name?
If you are using your real name, you don't have any issue. Okay?
What about the logbook? How are we going to start filling it?
Like I said, why are you so interested in the log? You just want to sign the logbook and walk away. You don't want to.
I want to start doing it.
Relax. We'll do. Like I said, the information will be communicated. Me, sir, I don't even have the full information about that logbook, but I know I will get it soon, and then I'll communicate to you guys.
So they are
Okay.
writing their name in the real-time chat. Is it how we are supposed to write it, or in the on the chat box?
I said for those. Listen to the instruction, please. If you know your real name is not what is displaying, because I took my attendance based on the names that is displaying, okay? So if your real name is not what is displaying, drop your display name and your real name.
Okay,
do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
But if you have your real name displaying, then you don't have any issue at all. This is just for those that are using, maybe they are using other people's phone, or the display name they are using is not their real name. Please. Okay.
So what of
So
those
just
that? Hello, sir.
Just drop the names now. The questions are too. I think I believe I've answered everybody's question now. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Well, I think we're done now.
Yes, we are done for today. So now, please, please let's listen up, please. First and foremost, I'm going to drop my presentation in the Telegram group. That's number one. Then number two, you guys, I'm going to also drop a document that contains the link to our social media handles where you can follow. You need to follow because we'll be dropping some information there, and if you're not there, you're going to miss out. And then, so it's important that you follow those platforms. And then thirdly, I'm going to drop a template for you to announce your that you are starting a program at CTVET on your social media handles, preferably on LinkedIn and Facebook only, where you are going to hashtag the institution, CTVET and CSAE. So these things are important. So they may or they might impact in your score. So when I want to compare the score, I want to look at those that actually carried out this task that I give. So if you don't do it,
We don't have
you're
LinkedIn.
you're on
We
your
don't
own.
have Facebook.
Eh?
Sir,
If you,
We don't have LinkedIn now. We don't have Facebook. We don't even do Facebook and
if
LinkedIn.
you have Facebook,
That's why we
do
use and bomb.
Facebook. You have
But
Facebook,
We have
Facebook, do
Instagram. That's
Facebook.
all.
Sorry,
what do you
sorry,
share
sir.
with
Sir,
Excuse
what
me.
of
we don't
TikTok?
use Facebook.
Uh,
Please, we don't use Facebook
excuse
anymore.
me, sir. What if
Sir,
we
what
use
of
Facebook now?
TikTok?
Samuel will do Instagram
How would
now.
you know?
TikTok, sir.
Sir,
TikTok.
TikTok.
It's only
What
Facebook.
happened to X?
Sir,
What happened to X? Twitter is
so
better.
Facebook
I
and
will
TikTok.
not
I
have
say
to X.
Facebook.
Oh, how would you know?
IG and TikTok.
How would you know we shared this?
Sir, let's use
All right.
TikTok.
Hold
They
on.
don't
I
use
can
Facebook.
post on my WhatsApp.
Hold
Facebook
on.
account is white man that is there.
Hold on, hold
So
on.
let me.
Hold on, guys. Hold on,
Sir,
guys.
X is better. X is better.
Shut up.
Any
Yes.
listen,
Shut up.
listen,
X.
listen.
You want to watch X videos now?
All the links are there.
Yo, what the fuck, guy?
All the links are there. All the links are there. Whether X, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, they're all there. So anyone that you have, just do the exercise there. That's all. All right, guys.
Sir,
Thank you.
sir, are you going to do all of them or one?
Sir, thank you, sir.
If you have two, you do two. If you have one, you do one. No problem. Okay. So
Okay.
our next class,
Yes, sir.
our
Yes,
next
sir.
class is
Yes,
tomorrow.
sir.
Sure, you know, tomorrow, Thursday, this same time.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So refer to
Yes,
the
sir.
course guide, and then you will know what we are going to be doing tomorrow. All right.
Okay, sir.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
sir.
All right. Thank you,
God bless you, sir.
guys. Yeah.
Everyone
Thank you,
asking
sir.
where the link is so dumb.
Can
Have
we,
a
can
nice
we,
day.
can
You
we go,
too.
sir? Thank you very much.
Yeah, you can go. Bye. Just leave my class. Everybody be going. Bye bye.
Leave the
Have a
class.
nice
Leave
day,
the
sir.
class.
Yes,
Have a
leave the
Please.
nice
class.
day.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Leave
sir.
the class.
All right.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
You
Noise
to get out now.
makers.
All right, so let's
I
turn off.
swear.
Our side don't disappear. Oh.
They go now.
Waiting they stop.
They
The
go
side
now.
just disappear like that.
Just go. Just they go.
Man, they go, man, they go. Go and use your life well.
Make we start our own class.
Yes. Now you go start
On
them
a
now.
still there and I say on a day long you are tempted.
Vicky Pio, go and sleep. Go to bed. Vicky Pio, go and sleep.
What's up? What's up?
If you want to
What's up,
talk, make
Pio?
your hand first.
Can engage in women.
What?